ideas are 10 a penny. It's not about the idea, it's about the execution. I have so many people that come to me and say, John, I've got this great idea. Like, how do I execute it? Or what's the best thing I can do to help change the world with the idea? And I always say to them that it's always about taking action, and it's the implementation of the idea that makes the biggest impact. So I've got 3 tips for you to how to take the idea and how to implement it. The first one is, when you're creating this idea, when you are trying it out, make sure you try what we call an MVP, minimum viable product. Like, you want to go out there, you want to test the market, you want to see, is there any demand for this idea? Are people willing to pay for this idea? Are people even interested in this idea? And one of the things you want to do is create what we call a launch list, right? A launch list. So let's say you're launching a book and you have no idea whether this is going to sell or not. You want to create a launch list on that book. You want to have the people in this list to say, you know what, I've got this brand new book coming out. It's about XYZ, who would be interested? And then you want to get a poll on it. So start creating what we call an interest list first before creating this idea, because what you don't want to do is create this idea, and then once you've got that idea, it's going to take you, 6 to 12 months to try and get those sales, right? You want to know straight away whether there is demand for these, for your idea. So that's number one. The second thing I recommend when it comes to having an idea and come to fruition is start getting feedback on it. So start saying to people, hey, based on what I've just told you, like, what do you think of that idea? And also play devil's advocate. What are some of the things you can see that's inherently wrong with that idea? And what you want is, you want people to criticize it. You want people to, what we call my business partner, Vincent, we'd always have what we call a Vincent's test. Vincent's test is, he would find all the holes wrong with it, because when you're implementing the idea, sometimes you only see the outcome, but you don't see what's actually the most important part of it. So sometimes that is the issue and the problem of not being able to see the woods through the trees. So I recommend that you get highly criticized and share the idea with people to see what feedback you've got. The third thing, when it comes to having an idea or having a business model, say, well, John, I've got this incredible business model. Third thing I always say to people when it comes to having that idea is also making sure you look at what your competition is doing. Is your competition creating more products and services around this? Are you, mystery shopping your, your potential competition as well, and see, how they're doing it, see how they're implementing it, see what are the nuances that people are doing in order to, create that specific product or service. So for example, when I first started my events company, I wanted to see how people were doing it. And a lot of people were doing it different ways. A lot of people were doing like free events. A lot of people were doing paid events. A lot of people were doing like invite only events. So these things made a massive difference when it came to, for me, seeing how people start implementing it. Some people would do events back to back and having different locations. So I saw the nuances of how they were actually putting together. But the main thing is to look at, when you are creating that idea, like, you need to implement and get the feedback. Success is all about creating failure, actually, because the more failure you have, the more feedback you get, and then you know what not to do. So I really hope that you got a lot of value from this. If you got a lot of value, do me a favor and hit the leave a comment below, and also make sure you subscribe to the channel as well, because I'll be creating more of these content as I'm currently flying here around and I'm doing my little touring over here. So I'll pin some videos here and here as well. And also I've got a little gift for you in the description. So if you read the description, I've got a little gift for you. So that's my thank you to all of you for supporting this channel, sharing this channel with people as well, and also for really being one of my loyal subscribers and followers. So thanks so much. I'll see you in the next video. Check out some of these videos here. Bye for now.